Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Super Sam Performance Encore YouTube channel. And today we are joined by a special guest. Let me go ahead and bring him up here, presenting Mr. Erik Gronwall.
Hello,
Hello,
Sam.
Sam.
Hello.
How
How
are
are
you?
you?
Doing good. Doing good.
Nice.
I just want to real quick first off say, Mr. Gronwall, appreciate and just want to say thanks for giving me the opportunity to interview you. This is a really cool opportunity right now for me.
Well,
Well,
thank
thank
you
you
for
for
having
having
me.
me.
Just so
Just
you
so you
know,
know,
I
I
can
can
hear
hear
myself.
myself,
So
so
it's
it's
Oh yeah. Here, let me. Okay, how about now?
1, 2, 3. Now it works. Thank you very much. No, thank you for having me on, Sam. It's my pleasure.
Yeah. Um, real quick, I did want to ask this question. So I'm probably one, if not probably the youngest reactor. um, but I have a lot of subscribers that are fans of yours.
Nice.
And I was wondering if you're okay with me mixing in like some of my own questions, mixing in with some of the questions that the subscribers had for you as
Oh,
well.
of
That
course.
that's me.
Let's do it. Let's do it your way. Whatever you want to do. We got you got me for 30 minutes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will get started with this was a I'll just start off with this. It's a song for the your album coming out.
Mhm.
And that is there anything, without spoiling, is there anything that you can talk or like say about the album?
Well, in short, it's 100% me. What I really wanted to do when I started working on this album was to figure out who I am musically, and I feel like every song tells a story about who I am, and I that was really important when when we started working on the album.
Right.
I had to feel everything, and so, yeah, I would say Bad Bones is the answer to who is Erik Gronwall.
There you go. Well, that answers actually one of the questions that the subscribers had, which was like, what are the background behind the songs?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, yes, and I can also add that mainly it's about the last 5, 6 years of my life, where I feel like I've had uh, maybe a little bit more to process, and it started with my illness
Mhm.
5 years ago, and and then everything from becoming the lead singer of Skid Row to not being the lead singer of Skid Row,
Right.
and to doing my own thing, and so yes, mainly the last 5, 6 years, I would say.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, we'll move on to the first subscriber question. This is coming from Bubble 00876.
Oh, I know Bubble. Yeah, she's I think her name is Vicky, and she's a member of my channel.
Oh, that's cool.
That's so yeah, that's cool.
Um, she asks, is there a song that moves you to the point that you can not sing it because it's just too strong emotionally and you feel knotted inside when trying?
Yeah, I would say there's a lot of songs, but My Way, uh, Frank Sinatra. Uh, that's just one of those songs, and also A Whiter Shade of Pale. I grew up. My dad always played the 50s and 60s music when I was younger. May I ask how old you are, Sam?
I'm 16 years old.
16. Yeah. So a few years before that, but I started playing the guitar, but when I was 16, I was really into it. So yeah, it's just that kind of music is hard for me to resist.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I understand that. And yeah, there's definitely a lot of songs out there that are like that, like My Way and Watership Hill that just like there's a certain emotion to them that just gets you.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. So, but my way is pretty much, when my time is up, I want to be able to say I did it my way. I feel like that's the lyrics. It's got to be the most beautiful lyrics ever written, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. Um, all right. So next question up, because I want to really do this question, is from a one of my subscribers named Julia. Um,
Julia,
she asks, what is the hardest part of being a rock/metal singer?
the hardest part is that, I mean, it can be challenging vocally, especially when you have a bad day, like if you have a cold on tour, and you have to go up there and sing those high pitched songs.
Right.
It's not the uh,
Easier.
sorry.
I was saying it's not the easiest.
No, it's not the easiest, yeah, and but I that's the first thing that came to mind now. But yeah, it can be challenging, but it's still it's still fun, but not as fun as going out there and feeling 100%.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Um, well, one thing that I myself wanted to know was there any like idol that you looked up to when you were like younger that like made you say like, "Oh, I want to sing. I want to do this."
Yeah, I would say it started with Elvis Presley. Um, the 50s, 60s music, but then I really got into CCR, and but I think the first singer that I really wanted to emulate was Freddie Mercury, and also Sebastian Bach. Skid Row. I think what he did, especially on "Slave to the Grind," is great. So, Bon Scott, AC/DC. I had a couple of singers that really inspired me, but I think it started with when I realized I wanted to become a singer. It was because I did it was a school project, so it was in high school, but I did "We Will Rock You," the musical "We Will Rock You," uh, and uh, and that's where I kind of realized that, wait, I shouldn't be a guitarist. I want to be a singer. So that's how that started for me.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, you have collaborated with two artists that I can think of at the top of my head. Dan Vask,
Yes.
and Tommy Johansson.
Yes, my fellow Swede.
Do you see and would you want to ever do collaborations with them again?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not much for closing any doors. I keep an open mind about pretty much everything until I don't. But yeah, I mean, it's sure, if they want to do something on YouTube, and I'm up for it. I like to jam.
Mhm. I saw that breaking the silence cover that you and Dan did. That was pretty fire. I'm not gonna lie.
Ah, thank you, thank you. It actually it's not a cover for me, but I guess it kind
Oh,
of is. But I wrote that song with my buddy Jonah T when I was in a band called Heat. So
oh,
so
yeah, that was it. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But I guess you can call it a cover as well, because I
For
did it
Dan,
as a song. I was covering Heat.
for Dan, it was a cover.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Um, what, and bring this up. Excuse me. Bring this up again. This is coming from a person, a subscriber named Simone Black.
Yes.
Uh, it says, what was the funniest on stage experience for you so far in your career?
I keep saying Sweden Rock Festival with Skid Row. Uh, it was it's either that or my first show with Skid Row, but my first show was also a bit scary. So no, I'm gonna go with Sweden Rock Festival because it was my first show in Sweden after my illness, and a lot of people knew about my battle against cancer, and um, and it was also my first show with Skid Row in Sweden. So it was a very special moment, and I felt like everybody it felt like everybody felt that, and also, I gotta say, Budokan with Michael Schenker was really cool. Japan, we did that earlier this year. That was also a highlight. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Um, well, speaking of your cancer, leukemia, if you're able to talk about this,
Absolutely.
um, how did leukemia affect your not just you as a singer, but just throughout your life?
It made this is gonna sound weird, but it made my life better because I know it sounds a bit weird, but the thing is that since I'm alive now, I mean, it could have been the worst possible outcome. Um, but I'm alive today, and I just look at life differently.
Yeah,
And I realize that you get a lot of perspective when something like that happens.
mhm,
And perspective is good. Perspective is happiness. Realizing what matters and what doesn't matter. Um, I can tell you, people's opinions doesn't matter. You don't have to waste any energy on that, Sam.
right,
Just ignore. And what truly matters is to one of the things that truly matters is to spend time with people you love. Do something every day that makes you happy,
mhm,
something for you. I feel like people look at it like if you do something for you, people feel like, well, that's very egotistical, and but it's not. You have to do something for you every day, and you have to make sure you feel good, and that's the only way you can make the world better. So I just feel like I'm happier because I stopped focusing on stupid things that doesn't really matter, that just take my energy, you know?
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
yeah. So, but also as a singer, it made me realize that I have to do things that truly matters to me, and not just I don't wanna just do music. I wanna feel it, and
exactly, right,
make sure that I truly feel what I'm doing and feel a lot of passion for it.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, okay, well, next question, it's from subscriber, Lante Fifi. So sorry
Yeah.
I'm saying that name wrong. Um, they ask, um, do you have a daily routine, like, or like And if you do, what is your daily routine to like how you keep your voice and like your body like in shape?
Oh, I have to get better at the routine, I think. I'm right now, when you're asking me, I'm gonna be honest, I'm very inconsistent right now.
Hey,
But I
hey, over here, same.
yeah. Yeah, it's hard to be consistent. But what I usually do, I'm pretty consistent now with working out. So I've been doing martial arts my whole life, and I do that pretty much once a week still. uh, and I do a bit of weightlifting, and try to stay in shape. Vocally, I want to do more. I actually have I have it in my calendar that I'm supposed to do exercises every morning, but that's where I'm inconsistent right now. I'm not really doing that, but I'm seeing my vocal coach soon, so I'm gonna get better at it, and do it more often. But yeah,
Yeah,
I do. I actually do sing a lot, so I guess I stay in shape in that way. But
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Well, one thing I was thinking about just now, and this is not really a question, but just thinking about your leukemia, how you had cancer. I am also a cancer survivor.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow. What happened?
I,
What kind of cancer was it?
when I was 2, yeah, when I was 2, I was
Holy shit,
diagnosed
dude.
with brain cancer.
Holy shit, dude.
I was
How
dying.
do you feel today?
I feel fine. No,
Is that something you remember?
no,
Okay. I mean,
no.
that's
I do not remember any of the hospital moments. So, which
well,
is
well,
a good
like,
thing.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I would say that's a good thing. But then I mean, you still get that perspective. And I'm
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
so sorry you had to go through that, even though you don't remember anything. And I'm so sorry for your parents and your family. And yeah, it's horrible, man. And it shouldn't. I mean, cancer and children. It's just shouldn't even be in the same sentence.
Right.
It's fucked up. I'm sorry, but it's not
Oh,
okay, and
yeah.
I'm so sorry. But I'm also extremely proud and happy for you, that you're
Right.
here today, and you have that perspective at 16, man. That's
Mhm.
something truly valuable.
Agree. Agree.
Yeah.
This was a subscriber question. This is Annie Dahlbeck. This is um uh any other so I'll word this in a different way. Um, do you have do you plan on doing any other collabs with like any other or do you want to do any other collabs with any other specific artists?
Um, I need to think about that one. I mean, I have thought about doing some collabs, but I'm not really sure with. Maybe with it would be cool if Michael Schenker did a solo on the album. Since we actually when I worked on this album, we started writing. I asked him to send me a riff, if he had any, and he did. So we started working on a song, that we sent him, and he liked it, and but nothing really happened with it. But I mean, having like a really cool guitarist, like one of those legends, playing on a song would be really cool.
Right. Speaking of collabs, um, would there be a specific like music icon that is no longer with us that you would love to collab with?
I want to say Freddie Mercury, but I also don't want to say it because I don't want to stand next to him. I don't want people to compare.
Really?
No, but he's out of my league, But yeah, I mean that would be. I'm gonna say that anyways.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, this question comes from a subscriber named Cherokee. And she says, first of all, you're an amazing artist. Um,
Thank you.
but she says, oh wait, hold on, never mind. Sorry,
But but you,
that was the same
yeah.
question we just asked. Never mind.
Oh, okay,
That was
okay, all right,
Cherokee's question.
all
Um,
right.
but one question I did want to know was, is there like how do you is there like a certain like preparation routine or something you do before like a show, or if so, what is that exactly?
Yeah, I mean, I do. I like to be when I haven't done a show in a while. I like to be in the dressing room 2 hours before the show to just get in the zone, to do some stretching, because singing is a very physical instrument. So you have to make sure you warm up the whole body, and then I do vocal exercises. I stretch my tongue. I massage my jaw muscles, and I just everything is connected. So I try to really properly warm up,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and even after the show, maybe like 15 minutes after the show, just reset the voice in a way.
Yeah. Okay. Mm, that makes sense. Um, what okay. Well, this is another question coming from Simone. This is it says, if you're able to answer this, what are your plans for this year musically and in your personal life?
My plan is to wake up every day and do music, and and also I mean to go out on a tour. I'm doing a tour, to write more music, to keep recording music.
I was
I
about
just want to.
I was about to
Yeah.
ask, are you on tour right now?
Now I'm starting in 2 weeks. I'm doing my first two shows. I'm mainly doing shows in Sweden this summer, and then I got one show in Finland as well. But yeah, so I'm going to start there, but I also want to. I think mainly next year we'll do more festivals and just keep building from here. Uh,
Right.
but yeah, I just want to do music. I that's my purpose.
Well, you just came out with a single called "Praying for a Miracle."
Yes, sir.
Um, if you are able to talk a little bit about that, as far as like, I saw you were in like a forest type area or like something like that.
Yeah, it's actually close to where I live, close to my house. We found a swamp, and yeah, I mean the song is when I write music, I like to write in a way that you can interpret it in your way and feel it in your way. But so praying for a miracle could be any situation where you feel like I know I have to do this, but I'm not sure how.
Right.
And you just know that you have to go in there and do it, and you just praying for to some higher power to just give you a nudge
Right.
to help you out in that situation. And for me, that was my first show with Skid Row,
Mhm.
5 months after my bone marrow transplant. And I struggled with my voice after all the cortisone and treatments, and I wasn't really sure what to expect other than I knew I had to do it for me and for the guy who was, at the hospital fighting for his life. So yeah, I mean that's how that song came about. We started building the whole song around that story. Um, and especially, I mean, in the bridge, you realize it's about that situation where I'm like, okay, now I'm just gonna go out there and I'm gonna do it, and I don't care what you think. I have to do this, and it's like that. I don't know. Have you watched the Rocky movies?
No, not really, but
Yeah,
I
no,
do.
really good. But my favorite movies.
I do know
Uh,
what you mean. Yeah.
very inspirational. But it was kind of like that moment where I'm like, just a Rocky moment where I had to go out there and just take what was mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well,
I did. Yeah.
in a way, part of that, what you just said, part of that answers one of my questions, which was actually gonna ask you like your uh like way of writing, or like, because I know like different artists have like ways they go into like writing a song and stuff like that. So you just answered, um you write songs to
To process, yeah,
yeah,
I
process.
mean, yeah, process, and when I write songs, it could be, it I mean, there's no, we always, it could start with a title, it could start with a chorus, it could start with a riff. There's really no rule. We it could start with anything. Sometimes usually when I sit down to write music, nothing comes out, nothing good comes out. But then when I go on a walk with my dog, it's like, that's when inspiration really somehow finds its way, and well, to me, and I start singing something, and I'm like, that's a really cool melody, and then, so every time I sit down to write intentionally, it nothing comes out. That's really
Yeah,
annoying sometimes.
sometimes whether it's just walking out in nature, just doing something to clear your mind sometimes can bring you the better ideas.
Absolutely, I think you have to take a break and really do something completely different every now and then,
Exactly.
and it will find its way to you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, to end off this interview, because we are reaching the 30-minute mark, um, the last question I did want to ask you was, if there was someone that, let's say there was someone that came up to you that was wanting to start a like career in music or like career in singing, what advice would you give them?
I would say, uh, make sure you enjoy the journey. Make sure you do something every day for you to improve whatever you want to do. Um, I would also say, start a YouTube channel and start doing covers of other people's songs and songs you like, songs you grew up listening to, and build a following, and it will also be prepared to that it will take a while. I mean, the journey is long, and you have to be prepared for that. That's why it's so important that you really enjoy what you're doing, because otherwise, as soon as you know get like, I don't know, if an obstacle or whatever, you're gonna stop. You have to really make sure you like it, and that's the only way to keep going, because
Right.
there will be challenges.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, that's. But when you ask a question like that, it's oof, I want to talk so much more about it, and there's so many
Right.
things to consider. But I really really need to give it some thought. But that's
Yeah.
what came to mind now.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of roller coasters and stuff that comes with it.
Yeah,
Sure.
absolutely. And in life in general.
And yeah,
So yeah, as you also know,
oh yeah,
which you had to experience at a very young age, unfortunately. But yeah, but
right.
all we can do is just keep going. That's the mindset we got to have,
Live,
and learn from it and grow from it. And it's really when we are challenged like that that we can truly grow into something, um,
right. Exactly.
something real,
Yeah.
and find true happiness.
Lift your head up and keep on going. Don't put your head down at all.
Exactly, exactly.
Uh,
Yeah, I actually, I really want, I appreciate this interview, Sam. I think you
um,
did really good, and thank you for reacting to the videos.
Nope. Yeah. They everyone loves them, and everyone is, I know for a fact, gonna love this interview for sure.
That's really cool. Keep doing what you're doing. Make sure you do something you enjoy, Sam.
Oh yeah, for sure. Will do.
Yeah, and do it for you.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Okay. Well, likewise. Thank you so much, Sam.
No problem.
Keep rocking.
Yeah.
All right, man. Okay. Thanks.
No problem.
Bye.
Bye. That was the interview with Erik Gronwall. That was very cool indeed. I loved it. It was very cool to hear what he had to say about a lot of the questions, like about his voice and body, how to um exercise it, like keep it in shape and all that good stuff. And then of course talk about the album a little bit and all this good stuff. That was very cool indeed. But as always, guys, again, I thought that was incredible indeed. If y'all enjoyed this, of course, be sure to like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Go give Eric a like and subscribe. Go share and stream his music. Follow him on all other social media platforms. As always, I will leave his YouTube down in the description so you can check out his channel along with all his other socials as well. You can go follow him there in the description as always. But as always, guys, again, take care, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.